Thanks for stopping by, guys. It's Al here, playing some more Scrap Mechanic. Today is not an actual build, so to say, in the sense of it's not a vehicle or something like that, but it is a build in the sense of something like this. It's an experimental test course I'm working on, and my goal or hope for it, I guess to say, is to use it alongside my building creations to kind of show off their abilities in the sense of an off-road capability. I think it's kind of hard to compare them in the normal maps simply because each map is different and there are some technicalities that are hard to test. And I just wanted to make this so I could have a flat static testing area that I could compare vehicles with. This isn't going to be like anything big at the moment. This is just me kind of showing off what the course is meant to do, what it's meant to show, pros, cons of vehicles. And I do have this question before I start. Something like this, would you guys like to see something like this as a episode itself, where I take say 4 or 5 vehicles and take them to this course to test them? We'd like to see that as a separate episode? Or would you like to see something where after I build the vehicle, then I test it on this for a little bit as a chunk? Or would you rather me, after I build a vehicle, show some highlights of testing it, like where its limits are on, say, some of these things? Like this is a bumpy road. This is a really bumpy road. This is to simulate like climbing a solid face. The next one over there is a clearance test to see how much clearance the wheels have. The one after that is to see how steep of a slope the vehicle can get on. The 2 after that are to see what the vehicle takes, as like how it takes a jump, if it lands well, if it can't take a jump at all, some things like that. And the one after that is to see like the roll, so when it goes up on something, see how much it can roll before it flips. Those down there aren't 100% finished. I haven't actually tested them, but at the end of this episode, if I have at least 2 of these vehicles that pass that last one, I will change it and make it a bit harder, because the purpose isn't to see which vehicles pass. The purpose is to literally hit the limit of the vehicle and make it fail. So without any further talking about the course, we are going to actually show you what it's meant to do. So this first one, if you see, it's really like a ribbed driving path. So it's meant to see like how the terrain, how the wheels react. So as you can see there, it really rode over it and it bounced real hard, but it did okay on these really small ribs. So I'm actually going to get it on this, and this will have the ribs offset, so the wheels will be hitting different ribs at different times. This is what this is supposed to do. So I'm going to go on this. You can see the small light tank took that well. And I'm getting too close to these other vehicles, so let me move them off the course real quick, and then I'll get back to... come on. Let me get these off of here. And this is welded to the ground, if you couldn't tell already, which allows me to place vehicles on top of it. I know it may look like I picked all tanks. That red one technically isn't a tank in my book, even though it does have 6 wheels. So then we take it to this heavier ribs. I say ribs. Why do I say ribs? Bumps. And you can see this one doesn't do so well on it. It gets stuck every other one. I've not actually, I'll take that back. I have tested the yellow one on these first 4. I've tested the black one on all the other ones. So if I go on this, oh, I'm really getting stuck. Oops. And now I'm getting off track. So I'm getting stuck, but I am getting over these. This first one isn't really testing the limits as much, getting an idea for where the suspension... I can't stay on track. Bad tank pun. Come on. Let's get on here. There we go. And then, yeah. I'm getting hung up every other one, it seems. So that's what those are for. Those are what those are to show. And if I can get back over here, this one, like I said, is to test the climbing ability of these. I do plan on having like numbers or markers. The first one is 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I have not had anything past 7. I have had the orange one past 6. Spoiler, I guess. I should have waited to say anything about that. So that goes up there. It's more just to see how well these climb. See it struggling there on, what was that, 5? Yeah, struggling there on 5. And 6. There we go, get a running start. Oh. I'll call that a pass for 6. And let's see if we can get on 7, maybe if we get a wheelie. Oh! I passed 7. A little bit of luck, I guess, but I did it. So yeah, that's what that one is. I might have to make a few more steps to make it more difficult, just to get, like I said, push the limits of these vehicles, which is what this is supposed to do. I'm not supposed to pass these, yet I just did pass that one. So then this, see how this one goes. So these are 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 again, but these don't have the platforms on the top, and these are meant to see where the craft bottoms out and, I guess, teeter-totters. Like here, I'm going to get over, but I'm likely to... Nope, I'm not going to stop. I was going to say I'm likely to get stuck. I'm getting over these. This little black tank is actually rather nice, actually. And then... like I said, I'll have to put more in the future just so I can actually get these. This isn't meant to be anything special, just kind of show what the track is supposed to test, yet I'm not actually doing it very well, it seems. This one does have a pure limit to it, and that is, so this one you come up here and you can test, say, I want a 15-degree incline. You press this button, and this platform raises to 15 degrees. After a while, it takes a little bit for it to raise, because if I put these too high, then the whole thing just flies over, and it's not fun to deal with. And this small platform here is free floating, so it does kind of mask the difference between this angle and this angle. So it looks like we are now at 15 degrees, and let me put a stopper in there as close as I can get it, and then we put a stopper in here, and then let's see if I can get back up. Yep, I got back up. And now I can test to see if a vehicle can pass this 15 degrees. And it goes up to 60. So, yes, I can go up 15 degrees. Let me get out of this tank. And so let's just scale it straight to 40. And now it's going to go up to 40. And we can put another stopper in. Or 45, not 40. Why did I say 40? Now we're at 45. So now we can just test this vehicle, see if it can climb 45, which it can do rather easily. So if we go to max it to 60. Come on, let me out of here. I did plan on actually showing all 3 of these, but now that I'm looking at how much time it's taken to record, I'll probably save those for their own episode later on this course and just kind of do this black one. Once I get the course finished and to a final version, I do want to go back through with this black one again, because I do expect to change the course. So that is 60. That is the highest that this thing goes. So if I run over here and put a stopper, this track can hold a vehicle to some extent, but at some point it does, there we go, it does start to fall, especially once you get the vehicle towards the top. The weight overcomes it. And that's also why there's ribs in this course, right? Like ribs in this ramp, I guess you can call it, because it was getting too heavy and I was not able to get it to lift up. So that's why those are there. There we go. And so if I go 60, You can see I'm really risking a flip, and there I go. That's what that's supposed to test. And as you can see, I did flip it. And on to the next one. This is just to see where my suspension is on these. I guess the reason I did an off-road course is a lot of my vehicles are really off-road based. I don't make many race cars or like Lamborghinis that I see a lot of. Just take a jump. Takes a jump well. It lands alright. Lands in a wheelie. Not the best, but it does get past it. And knowing how well this thing clears, I should be able to just run up the side of this. Oh, and there we go. Let's go up to this one. These black lines are supposed to mark like the starting point. I don't always use them. Come on, let's line up here a little bit more. And then just go. And then land, and it took it the same as it did the small one. So I'm going to go over to these. And again, if you want to see like full episodes where I take a couple of these, like 3 or 4, they will be longer episodes if I do it like that. But they can be singular episodes, or I can add them at the end of a creation video to kind of show its limits. I can either do that as a highlight to show where it fails, or I can do it as just a full where I take it through every single test like I am with this right now. So that's 3, easy enough. I know I need to make some of these trials a bit harder. I realize that now, since this black one has pretty much ran through all but one of them. So there's 4. Let me get off of this. And let me try 5. I wonder if I'll roll this at 5. I doubt it, considering how this thing's chewed through almost. Ooh, I am getting hung up on that. It's because I'm not on my wheels. It's on because I'm on my belly. I'm on my belly. Now, let me just get out and come on. There we go. Close the hatch. Oh, and oh, wow. Well, I'm not tipping yet, but you can see I'm kind of really unstable. So, I know I keep saying this. I know I need to make this course a bit bigger, a bit tougher, so that I can actually hit the limits of more of these vehicles. But I do plan on doing that in a later episode. If you'd like to see this little test course used on more vehicles, let me know. And like I said, let me know how you want to see those episodes so that I can do them like that. I know I've kind of been stalling on the gun episode, and that's only because I have run into some issues. I am on gun version 7 at the moment, and I do have a few. I did have a recommendation to put a magazine of some sort onto it, either like a drum magazine or something. And I actually do have one of those set up. The only problem is with the V7 gun, it isn't very stable in the sense of shots don't go straight like they did with the V6. So I do plan on fixing that. Yay. And so that'll be a little bit. I need some time to actually work on the guns and fix out all their faults that they have. So with that being said, I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the episode here while I'm goofing around with this one. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. If you have any suggestions for future videos, or you have any suggestions of how you'd like to see episodes done with this course, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy the channel and enjoy what I'm doing, please subscribe. It helps out a lot. And if you've already subscribed and like to go above and beyond, please share the channel with a friend. The more coverage my channel gets, the more subscribers I get, the more I can do videos, the more I can promise for you guys. It all helps out a lot. Every little thing counts. So if you've enjoyed cram. So thank you so much for stopping by. This has been Al showing off a little obstacle course, I guess you'd call this. Peace.